Social Security, a lot of folks who are aging, concerned about it. A lot of folks who eventually, I guess should be concerned about it are probably too young to even think about it. There had been some talk about raising the age of Social Security eligibility. At one point, I think you said 68, 69 would be okay. I'm not sure if Mr. Cotton has talked about raising it, but what do you think about bringing that up to try to secure it a little bit more?
I've never said that would be okay to raise it, but what I've said is always in the context of there have been proposals to look at raising it, and that's what I've always talked about there. I don't support that, but I think there are people who do. There are people that want to raise it to 70. And I guess what I'd say is at the end of the day, I'll sit down and look at it, but I don't support it. And, if people want to have that discussion, let's have that discussion. But I do think this. I do think that we have a lot of gridlock in Washington. It's hard to get the small things done, much less the big things done. So we need to get rid of the gridlock. We need to get people who are willing to work with folks on the other side. We need to all work together to be problem solvers up there so that we can get to these big challenges we have, like Medicare, like Social Security, like tax reform.
Yeah, Social Security is another thing that's not in any of the budgets right now, but it is very, very fixable. And again, if people will get serious about this in Washington, we could fix Social Security next week if we wanted to. It's not that hard to do, especially if we start right now, because Social Security is solvent until, for about 25 years. So if you make small changes now, you have 25 years for those little changes to accumulate over time and really help. But you could pretty easily make Social Security solvent in perpetuity. Probably the biggest change would be is you would take my kids' generation, teenagers today, and life expectancy is longer, etc., and probably say that they couldn't get Social Security until they turned 68 or 69. If you just did that one change, you'd fix about 80% of it right there.